Hi, welcome. And we have awesome Laura Hearn. She's going to do her own intro because she's really good at it. And this is Dr. Andrea. You're just seeing my picture. But yeah, no, Laura Hearn is thebomb.com. I'm so grateful to have her. And I'm not going to take up your time because, girlfriend, I know where you got stuff that is going on. And I know, like, when you have kids, you are on borrowed time. So, my queen, go ahead. And don't worry if your kids come in because that's how it goes. And you are on.
Thank you so much, Dr. Andrea. I am so honored to be here, to be able to present to everyone here at I Matter and So Do You. So here's the thing. I spent 10 years in finance. I work as a financial planning specialist, and I'm also a money mindset coach for women, certified in business and entrepreneurship coaching with an MBA in financial valuation and investment management. There's a whole lot about me, and I'll get to more details later. But I am so passionate about helping women really understand their true value and that they are worthy. So today's presentation is called Becoming Fearless. My trademark signature program is the Fearless Femme Founders Mentorship Program. And we're going to talk about some of the core pillars of my entire life's purpose. So let me get my screen share up, and I am so excited to share this with all of you. Okay, let's make sure you guys can see the screen. Let me make sure I can still see the chat. You guys are gonna find that I am a little goofy. And I have a really bad time of censoring myself. So sorry, not sorry. But I will do my best, Dr. Andrea, to be on my best behavior. I absolutely promise. So here's the thing.
I don't want you on your best behavior. I love you the way you are.
Thank you. And definitely participate in the chat because I'll be asking some questions. There's some self-reflection throughout this because I don't want this to be me just talking at you. This is meant to be a joint conversation. I want to make sure, Dr. Andrea, the screen that is being shared has my presentation on it. Yes?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
okay.
ma'am.
I got multiple screens and I can't tell which one is doing the right one right now. So
yep, you're all good.
Stay with me throughout this. At the end, I'm going to be giving you guys a lot of really great stuff, some free stuff, because who doesn't love free stuff, and some ways to really start leveling up your business and your mindset. So here's my promise. My promise to you is to really help you understand yourself, what's been holding you back in your subconscious of things that you didn't even probably know were in there, or why you have certain mindsets or beliefs, and how to do all of these scaling and growing without actually, sacrificing your values or giving up all of that precious family time that if you're a mom, like value so freaking much, but also want to escape from. It's a weird balance. It's a very weird balance. If you hear chaos happening here, it's because my kids are home from daycare and they are with the sitter in the playroom. So that means they should not be barging in. But this is all about me telling you the ways that I did things wrong, so you don't have to do that. So the main focus is on these 3 secrets: how to overcome limiting beliefs without competing so that you can build your network, how to charge your worth without guilt so that you can live in freedom, joy, and expansion, and how to build confidence without fear so that you can live abundantly serving others. So this presentation is for you, especially if any of these things sound like you want to scale your business. but you have some imposter syndrome. You want to build $1 million business, but you don't want to sacrifice your lifestyle or time with your family. You're tired of feeling like a fraud while watching your friends or other women on social media succeed. And maybe you're struggling not just from fear of failure, but actually fear of success. And it's making you feel stuck or frozen in your business. If these things resonate with you, but you still are striving to be successful, like, but you have this weird sense of competition and you're not sure what to do next, then this is 100% you. I don't like using more than 100% because that's illogical, that you can't be more than 100%. That's the numbers version of me in there. But I want you to know, if you're struggling with any of these limiting beliefs, it's not actually your own fault. It's not your fault. You're going to see my Bitmoji because I think they're hilarious. A lot of these limiting beliefs that we have as adults were actually planted when we were children. And because they were planted when we were children, it has really, really, really deep, deep roots. Okay. So we have to not only use the, what is that stuff? The stuff you put on weeds in your yard. So not only do you need to, kill the weed at the surface, but you need to get to the roots deep down, or it's going to keep sprouting right back up. So the real problem, right, are these limiting beliefs, but it roots down into this understanding your purpose. So many people, women especially, get lost in themselves, especially when they become mothers, where we lose that sense of self because we are giving so much. We're giving to our children, we're giving to our marriage, we're giving to our work, to our business, that we lose our sense of self. And when we lose that sense of self, we forget our deeper reason why. And we are left getting up in the morning motivated by solely the need to pay bills. And those are important goals, those are important needs, but it's not going to be something that keeps you going because you're so narrow-minded. And if you're falling short of any of these things, you're going to easily give up. You may find little long-term motivation if your goal is to just get ahead or just have some extra cash on the side for some travel or for a handbag or whatever, because without a bigger purpose, it can really be challenging to stay the course when things get hard. So if you lose touch with yourself, if you lose touch with your true purpose, you're going to start looking for motivation in unproductive places. I mean, I know plenty of people, and myself included, that are really great at manifestation through desperation. I'm going to say that again. Manifestation through desperation. This means that you're waiting until you're in crisis mode, and then you turn on motivation to full volume, and you can bang out massive amounts of cash in a very short period of time due to the pure necessity of it. It works in the short term, but you can't be on full volume, pedal to the metal 24/7. That is not sustainable to be in desperation all the time. That means you're doing something real wrong. So we're looking for sustainable ways to grow, sustainable ways to be your true self, honest with yourself, and moving forward. Now you're like, Laura, I thought you were into finance. This does not sound like finance. This sounds like mental self-work. Well, I'm going to explain this connection. I'm going to explain it to you. So why on earth should you listen to me? Well, I'll be honest with you. Sometimes I don't know why. That's called imposter syndrome. Have you ever felt that way? Like you're getting ready to speak at an event or you're getting ready to speak in front of a client and you're like, oh God, today is not a good day for me to be on my A game. Well, that sometimes is like how this morning was when I realized we were out of coffee. So I sent my husband to Starbucks. So it's okay. I'm caffeinated. We're good. We're good. So like I said earlier, I spent 10 years and I'm still am a practicing financial planning specialist. Okay. I work with women and married couples and men. I'm open. But the thing is that majority of my clients are women. They're widows, they're divorcees, they're single, never married, and married women as well. And the thing that I have seen over the 10 years of being in practice is that we don't like to talk about money. We don't like being in the money conversation for long-term goal planning. We are so focused on the near-term budgets and school clothes and grocery bills and all of those things that we don't always talk about the bigger picture. We don't always feel comfortable saying, I don't understand that, because we don't want to be mansplained to. We don't want to feel stupid in a professional office because my industry is 80% male, and of that, it is majority old white men. And because of that experience, that's what led me to coaching, because I was sick and tired of so many women counting themselves out of the financial conversation and realizing that it is way less about financial literacy, because anyone can Google what a 401k is, but more about their money mindset, their confidence around themselves. It's way deeper than that. Your relationship with money is rooted in your subconscious. And because of this awakening moment that I had, I've been doing this market research. I did market research for 6 months to a year and realized, okay, I got to do something. So I've been collaborating and connecting with amazing women like Dr. Andrea and the ladies of the Mom Link and so many others, Rachel, who's speaking right now in the other breakout room, to host summits and events and collaborations so that more women don't feel alone. Because I am obsessed with helping female entrepreneurs to align their business, their marketing, their mindset with what's in your heart. And being able to grow and scale, especially service-based businesses, in this way that's so sustainable so that you can have more time and do things in a way that supports who you are, doesn't come off cringy or salesy, and so that you can actually make the difference in the world with the community and people you care about. That's what's important to me. That's what I'm obsessed with, getting you to your goals financially and personally in a way that gives you no guilt, no shame, and no self-doubt. So I've been there, okay? I wanted to be wildly successful, healthy, work-life balance, free of mom guilt, generating massive income, but it was a struggle until I discovered how to overcome my own money blocks, free myself of guilt, and start daring to suck. You're going to hear me say that a lot. It's the most important thing that you need to actually consider before you start to scale and put your neck out on the line for your business, is to dare to suck. I'm a military spouse. I'm a mother of 2. I got a bunch of fur babies because they're cuddly and I love them. I'm from Virginia Beach, Virginia. I've bounced around a few places, also, being raised in a military household. My dad's is a second generation American from Eastern Europe, Ukraine, and Hungary. So there's a lot of old world traditions in my household, being Orthodox, Eastern Orthodox church. And my mom is a naturalized citizen from Central America. So there's a lot of Hispanic stuff going on in that. If you know any Hispanic mom or abuela, just watch Encanto. That's what I go through. That's exactly it. So having jumped, graduated from college, moved to Florida, moved to another part of Florida, moved back to Virginia, moved now in Maryland. I know what it's like to feel like you don't matter. I know what it's like to watch your spouse be wildly successful in their career where And then you look at your resume and you see hostess, car salesman, recruiter, assistant advisor. Like I've seen that, I have an MBA and I'm still, like, what about my career? What about me? So I took the time to start my own businesses. They weren't all successful. Was not an overnight success. And I want you to understand that I've learned this grit and tenacity from my military lifestyle to not give up. And I want to share that with you without you having to deal with deployments and all of that horrible stuff. So I've tried everything, right? I tried everything that all of the experts said: double your prices, make deals, list everything you provide, hire a coach, hire another coach, listen to this, download this book, do this, do that, do that. And it didn't get me anywhere. It got me really stressed, really overwhelmed, and I hated it. I absolutely hated it. And I was like, well, what about me? This doesn't resonate with me. And that doesn't resonate with me. That's not me. That's not my business model. I can't do that. Oh, that's really cool. Can I try that? Oh, wait, I just invested in that. And now all that money went down the drain because they had no idea what the hell they were talking about. Yeah. I know. Shit sucks. But then this happened. Okay. I was going through this wild moments of doubt and guilt and giving up. I was about to give up on all of my dreams and just settle. Then I was driving down the road 4 days before my husband deployed in January 2020, and that happened. My children were in the backseat. Yeah, my 4-month-old and my 2-year-old at the time were in the backseat, and this final destination level shit happened. That was my view from the driver's seat. It literally stopped like inches from my face and caused $14,000 worth of damage to the car. Almost totaled it. So close to getting a new car. But the thing is that I saw my life, my children's lives, everybody's lives flash before my eyes, and I was like, I am not happy with where I am, and I am not going to die settling. So I said, let's figure this shit out, Laura. Who are you? I spent most of 2020 really doing rediscovery. I got really healthy. I ran a fucking marathon. Do not recommend. That shit sucks. Not going to do that again. Did learn a lot of life lessons doing that, but I'll teach that to you so you don't have to run a marathon, because that's 26.2 miles on your feet. No. I then tore my knee up and had to have knee surgery, gained all the weight back, but it's okay. I'm happy with who I am, where I am. My body can do hard things. I've had 2 kids, and I'm here to help you realize that you matter and you can do literally anything, and hard things are capable. So I've been in the stressed out, shitty, toxic workplace, feeling anxiety and inadequate. And I am in this place now where I am really have true confidence in financial abundance. Sometimes it's not where I want it to be, but hey, we're in a recession. And I don't like sacrificing time with my family, so I don't. And I don't like sacrificing my personal values, so I don't. I do not sacrifice the things that are important to me to anyone anymore. I'm able to travel to California from the East Coast. I'm going to South Florida next week. I went to Vegas last month. Like this was in April. We went to Disneyland. Well, we went to California for a funeral, but we added Disneyland and other things to it because nobody likes a trip that's sad. Stay in the playroom. Love you too, baby. And that's what I want for you. So that's why we're doing here. So don't worry about commenting if you're ready. We're just going to get to this. Secret number 1, I'm going to stop screen sharing because nobody cares about all of these things. So I'm just going to chat with you. The secret number 1 is that some people have a negative association with money, okay? And this negative association with money is what actually holds you back from creating it. Okay. I don't like death by PowerPoint, so I'm just going to screw the PowerPoint. I just really like the beginning images. The rest of it doesn't matter. Like this negative association with money, like it sits in the back of your subconscious and it it holds you back from creating it if you have this negative association. A lot of people don't even realize they have it because it's so normal in our society to think that money is the root of all evil, or money changes you and things like that. I mean, have you heard that before? I heard it in my old school household that money is the root of all evil. You're greedy if you're looking to get all this money and be successful, or are you going to buy me a house? Like all of this horribleness. So in the United States, there is a general consensus that any heart-centered field like education, social services, personal growth, coaching, etc., should be low paying because we should be doing it out of the kindness of our hearts. Well, I say screw that because you have value, because you matter, and what you do changes lives. So even though we live in the wealthiest country in the world, last time I checked, we don't recognize how abundant we really are. We don't recognize the wealth and the money we currently have just by being blessed enough to be in the United States. Even my clients that I've had that are truly wealthy in financial terms still feel that there's not enough. And if thinking about other people who do what you do brings up feelings of fear, panic, uneasiness, like, oh, why is that person doing so well and I'm not? Oh, then you believe that there might not be enough money to go around and that you got to fight for what's yours and some like imaginary money pie in the sky. And you really believe that you're in competition with like everyone, including like the Tony Robbins and the bigwigs. So if you have that feeling of uneasiness about showing up in your business, then you probably either like experienced a true sense of lack of necessities as a child, or were in an environment where your parents often talked about money in a very stressful, negative way around you. Oh, let's switch to you. And you know, when you hear money doesn't grow on trees, heard it, it's going to inspire you to become smart with your money, with your spending, but usually just makes you feel worse. And this is not saying don't have a budget, okay? Does not say that. It means think about why you're budgeting. Why do you have a budget? Do you have a budget to make sure you don't run out of money, so you don't overspend and run out? Make sure you have enough to pay the bills and keep the lights on? Or are you budgeting and being smart with your money to make sure you're allocating money in a good way so that you can generate more wealth and generate more money and put your money in the right places to set yourself up for success? Which way is it? Is it because you're afraid there's not enough money? Or is it to generate more money? That's the difference between the confidence around money and a poverty consciousness. So I challenge you the next time you go, my children are acting a fool over there. They're doing something banging. Anyways, so if I want you to think about this, because most people hate budgeting. You absolutely hate the chore of having to look at your checking book. But I want you to change your mindset that you're not doing it because you're afraid there's not going to be enough money, but you're doing it because you're going to make sure you can invest your money the right way and allocate it in the right spaces to make sure to ensure, not to make sure there's enough, but to ensure that your money's doing what you need it to do. See how that little mindset will make you more excited to look at your bank statement, to look at how things are going, because you're doing it from a positive, not a negative. You're not punishing yourself. You are rewarding yourself. Think about it that way. So a lot of people are like, okay, well, how on earth do I like stop thinking negatively about money? Like you gave me one little tidbit of how to switch that up. But the thing is that our brains are computers, right? And we are confirmation seeking machines. So if we believe something, even at a subconscious level, we're going to do the self-fulfilling prophecy where it's like, I believe it, so I'm going to look for it. I'm going to find proof of that. And then because I see it, it's true, right? And that's really hard when you've been doing that your whole damn life, right? For one belief system. So if you're told that there's a lack of money, then we will see a lack of money. And then we will begin to expect a lack of money. And then we will find a lack of money and we will believe there's a lack of money. But how about we start looking at how abundant you already are and that there isn't a lack? So I don't want you to do this from a standpoint of like, I'm better than anyone else. Look at it by the fact that right now, where are you? Where are you physically located? Are you in a home, in an apartment? Are you able to pay rent or a mortgage? Do you have central air? Do you have running water? Do you have some pretty sweet clothes on, even if you got it for really cheap from Shein? Like, look at the fact that you have so much more than the majority of the world. Okay. Now look for evidence that money is sometimes really easy to get by remembering times in your life where it just appeared out of nowhere. Think of that time where like somebody just like bought something from your website and you're like, oh shit, I made a sale. Didn't even work for it. Or think of that time that, you know, grandma sent you a check for 20 bucks just because. Like, there are times when money just kind of appears. Think of just moments where you're like, oh, I didn't realize I had $100 left, like over here. Like, there are times where money just appears. It's not a lot of times, but it happens. And I bet you can think of those times. And also look for evidence that there is more than enough in the world by looking at how many millionaires and billionaires that pop up every single day on YouTube, on Instagram. Like, if this 18-year-old who's just videoing him going hiking can become a millionaire, and that's all he does, then you, who wants to change the world and impact your community through your business, can definitely be a millionaire. Because your shit matters. It's not just you doing stupid 18-year-old stuff in the woods. Like, look for evidence that there is, in fact, no competition with anyone who does a similar service than you, because each person's right clients will find you. Everyone is not for everyone, but there is someone for everyone. And remember that. And even when it looks like there's not enough, it's probably because there's a misallocation of resources that you're still learning how to get in the right money mind frame to allocate the resources in the right direction towards you. You're still learning how to open the dam so the money comes to you. And dam, D-A-M, like the Hoover Dam. So I want you to be inspired to look around you, look it up online. How many millionaires are in your state, in your city or county, you know, and really understand that the world has abundant resources. And if you can just change your mindset about money and start taking the steps towards changing your allocating these resources, then you can, in fact, create more abundance. And if you cannot accept that, then you need to dig deep into why you think that there's absolutely no way that you could do that and understand where that's coming from. Because that might be from a sense of money guilt. Like, how do you feel knowing you have while others don't? So we're on to secret number 2, by the way. You feel guilty. You know, the whole like, you better finish your dinner because there's starving children in Africa, in the world, and wherever. I heard that growing up, like, finish your food or don't want to waste food because there's starving children. Like, what does that have to do with me? And if you keep hearing that, you're going to feel guilt over money, guilt over having while others don't. And how are you supposed to create or allocate money toward yourself if you feel guilty about having it? And if you experience this, you're going to have a stronger feeling of competition, because not only do you feel that there is a small little money pie in the sky that you have to fight for and drop bows on, but you probably feel bad about it because you think you're taking away from someone else. So we bet you don't even try to show up or compete because you feel bad charging your worth. You feel bad saying your price. You feel bad typing on your website how much your products or services are. Does that resonate with you? You feel bad, like, oh, well, if I charge that much, how is that people might not pay it because they don't afford it? Don't cheapen yourself. Also, don't overprice yourself. You got to find that middle ground. So to overcome this money guilt, you're going to have to reprogram again your association with money to a feeling of worthiness. It's not that you want to feel high on your horse, guys. It's that you need to understand that every single person, you included, you are no exception to this, are deserving of a happy, joyous, and fulfilled life. The Bible says so. And also, if you go back to the Old Testament, he gave Abraham and his kids and his sons a lot of land and a lot of wealth to go do God's work. How are you going, if you're going into the kingdom wealth mindset, how are you going to do the Lord's work if you don't have any money to do it? You got to have resources to do that. And there's no shame in that. There is a lot of controversy in this in the church, no matter what version of Christianity you are in, because they like to talk about it from ashes to ashes to death, we'll go back to dirt. So why do you have all these material things? Why do you accumulate wealth? Why don't you just give it all to the church? Well, without accumulating, I can't give. So you have to understand that the Lord, the God in heaven, wants you to be happy, wants you to be fulfilled, wants you to find your higher purpose, wants you to live in abundance. That's why he made the Garden of Eden, so that we could be happy and fulfilled and living a good life without having to work so hard. Our entire purpose in life since the fall of Adam and Eve was to find our true purpose and walk in hand with God, so that we no longer have to break our backs doing labor and go back to the garden. So what's there to be guilty about finding your true purpose? Nothing. And it's, again, getting your unconscious mind to believe what I just told you. You have to prove it to yourself by understanding you have a worthy reason for wanting the money. And when you have a worthy reason for wanting the money, there is no guilt. So ask yourself, honestly, do you feel guilty offering your product or service? Do you feel guilty charging what you're worth? Do you feel guilty competing like your gain is someone else's loss? In what way does what you have to offer positively impact your customer or clients or world? What impact do you make? And what is the world going to miss out on if you don't offer all that you can, all that you have to give? If you don't have enough money to fully offer your goods and services to the world, how will this prevent you from giving your all and walking in your true purpose? If you don't make enough money to live comfortably and abundantly and keep the lights on and not have to worry about any of that manifestation through desperation, which gives you that opportunity to live in freedom and joy and expansion and becoming all that you're supposed to be, how will this hold you back if you can't do that? If you can't get there because you're not allocating money to be able to take care of your basic needs, isn't that going to keep you from giving your all and walking in your purpose? because you're going to be manifesting through desperation. And I want you to stop and think, what good things would you be able to do for the world if you had that overflowing abundance of money and happiness? You're going to be able to do big things because you have a greater purpose. You have a deeper why. And it's not just, oh, I want to help some ladies out. It's for me, I want to help families with children with rare diseases who are that forgotten group that cannot afford it on their own and cannot get assistance because they live in middle class America and they are the forgotten class. I want to give back to them to make sure their children have the medical equity that they deserve. I want to give back to other military families that are going through displacement and other issues. What is your greater purpose? What is your greater worthy why for being successful? Hey, Nicole. These are the things that are important. To be able to build that confidence, you need to realize that it's not just about you, it's about others, and understanding that, in fact, how you feel about successful people and how you feel about wealthy people drives this. Do you feel that successful people are selfish, just plain lucky, bad, evil? Then you have a fear of money. And if you fear that if you get too much money, it will turn you bad, like, that doesn't make sense to me, first of all, but I mean, that's probably because you were told that money changes you after all, because the money is the root of all evil. But money doesn't change people. It just magnifies who you are. And we all know so many people that are wealthy and they do so much good, but the news doesn't cover that. That doesn't make headlines. That's not sexy. That doesn't make viewership. But think of people that you know that give back to the charities you care about, give back to the community. Money doesn't change you, it magnifies you. And if you're already a shitty person, then you're just going to be a shittier person. And I ain't talking to you. So I want you to understand that money doesn't change you. Money allows you to give back to the things you truly care about. And I know if I handed you $1 million, not only would you have a little bit of fun with it, because Lord knows I need some new shoes, but you would also do some amazing things, whether it's investing in yourself, investing in your business, or investing in your community and the causes you care about. So how would being successful make you bad if all you want is to spread goodness? So I want you to understand that I care about you. I care about everyone here. I care about your forward progress, that you understand you are worthy of abundance, that you are worthy to be successful and to take your business to the next level. And if you are starting to realize that by this conversation, then I want you to really think about that. I have a lot of things that I do. I have amazing opportunities coming this way. So please, I want you to reach out to me. I want you to get in contact with me because, I'm a chapter president of the Mom Link that just launched. I have amazing coaching programs. I have amazing things that are going on. And here's the deal. I said that I work with entrepreneurs. I said that I am obsessed with empowering women, but I don't work with just any plain old entrepreneur. I work with women who get it, who are there for each other, who are serious about what they're doing, not fair weather entrepreneurs. These are women that are committed to sticking through the highs and the lows. They're serious about their growth and they are wanting and striving to live in their expression. It's not always easy. It sometimes gets ugly, but having the right people around me has helped me step into the flow and away from hustle. And I know that it'll help you too by having a community of badass women around you. So if that's you, if you strive for that, or you already are there, then what's holding you back from joining a community of badass women? Because I'm obsessed with collaborating with other women that understand the unique challenges that women and mothers have in entrepreneurship. So I want you to understand that there are ways for you to get involved. Like I said, have a chapter inside the amazing Mom Link, and you guys ladies are just popping in here. I'm taking into your time. I promise I'm wrapping up. And I want you to understand that there is space for you. And if you want to learn more about what the Mom Link does and what we do and how we do it, then you can go to my site and you can learn specifically that. And you can go to, it's LH. Oh, actually, hold on. Let me just go. Just scan the QR code. Scan the QR code, and you'll go to my 10K card, and you will learn all the ways to get in contact with me to join the Mom Link Fearless Femme chapter. You will learn about the 5 days to Fearless free challenge that goes on every month. You will learn about my beta launch of my new mentorship program inside the Mom Link, where I'll actually pay for your whole year of membership for free. Like, I'll pay for that so that you can be part of this amazing 6-month launch program to help you get more fearless, to help you level up your business, because you're committed to being a badass entrepreneur and a fearless femme founder. So thank you so much for allowing me to be here and share with you guys here, because I want you to know you matter, your goals matter, your dreams matter, and they are worthy. You are worthy of being wildly successful. And I'm here to watch you do it and guide you through that entire process. Thank you guys so much. I'm Laura Hearn. I'm your money mindset coach for women, and love you.